What we're going to look at here is how we can now compute a weighted mean, which follows similar steps as getting a mean, which you can see in the other video, but has a little bit more complexity. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure that my wizards are on, so you can see how to do it with those, and then afterwards I'm going to show you guys how to do it without them. And I'll say that if you have the 83, it's exactly the same as the wizards off version. But anyway, we're going to get out of here and go to our stat editor, where again, I still have data from then. I'm going to clear that out carefully. And from here, we're going to look at the data that we're trying to work with here, which is these grades, where in list 1, we are going to be careful about the order. We're going to put in a 2 for a C, another 2 for another C, a 1 for a D, a 4 for an A, another 2, and finally a 3. And this order is important here. You can change the order if you want, but it makes more sense to me to just stick with what's there. And then in list 2, we're going to put the weights in. This is the credit hours. So we put in a 3, a 4, a 1, a 3, a 2, and a 3, where these values have to come together. They have to sit with each other, as it were, because they're each corresponding to specific classes. Once we have all of these, then we're going to hit stat again, go into calc, one variable stats, because we're trying to perform a mean, but now what we're going to do is put in a frequency list, list 2. So the frequency list can be thought of as a list of weights, or, and I'll talk about this a bit at the end, when we're finding the mean from a frequency distribution, it works kind of the same way. I'm not going to do a full computation, but at least mention that. But anyway, calculate, and we're going to get the desired weighted mean, where if you don't have the wizards on there to help you, and I always love dating myself, even though actually that time is way off on there. I don't know where it got that time from. But anyway, we go into stat, one of our stats, and now we don't have that option. So you put in L1, and then right here, you hit the comma button, this guy there, and L2, and that's how you do the computation with that extra step in there. And just for the record, when we're doing stuff with distributions, the frequencies operate in exactly the same way that the weights do for a weighted mean. It is the exact same computationally. It's just, it uses a different name because it's talking about it in a different context.